Hey, how's it going? I'm Jack, and this is Zach, and we are so happy to be here supporting the Santa Barbara Foodbank and all the important work they do. We hope that you can support them as well. We got a song for you right now called Home. Hope you dig it. I've gotta get home, there's a garden to tend, all the fruits on the ground. The birds have all moved back into my attic. Whistle and steady, the young learn to fly, I will patch up the holes once again. Well, I can't believe that my lime tree's dead. I thought it was sleeping, I guess it got fed up with not being fed. And I will be too. Food in my belly and hope that my time isn't soon. Isn't soon. So I try to understand what I can hold in my hand, and whatever I find, I'll find my way back to you. If you try to find it too, 'cause this place is overgrown, it's wax and gold. Home is wherever we are, if there's love here too. The back of my house, there's a trail that won't end. We were walking so far, it grew back in, and now there's no trail at all. The grass grows tall. Get out my machete and battle with time once again. But I'm bound to lose, 'cause I'll be damned if time don't win. I've gotta get home, there's a garden to tend, all the seed from the fruit buried and begin there. Old family trees teach them thank you and please. Spread their own roots and watch the young fruit grow again. This old trail will lead me right back to where it began. Try to understand what I can hold in my hand, and whatever I find my way back to you. If you try to find it too, 'cause this place is overgrown, it's waxing home. Home is wherever we are, if there's love here too. Home is wherever we are, if there's love here too. Home is wherever we are, if there's love here too. Thanks for having us. Have a great night.
For more than 8 years, the Foodbank of Santa Barbara County has been trying to replace its South County warehouse. We've known our facility was too small and inefficient. Before COVID, our 9,000 square foot warehouse could only hold 15% of what was needed. But the problem became extreme during COVID, when we distributed 30 million pounds of food, twice our normal amount. We are now turning away 32,000 pounds of rescued produce every week, and most of the food we can receive has to go to our North County warehouse and then be trucked down. This adds 37,000 miles of extra transport every year. Our small space is also risky. If a disaster closes Highways 101 and 154, we'd have no emergency food for South County residents. All of the county's emergency response organizations depend on the Foodbank for food in the event of a disaster. The good news is, we found a new home for the Foodbank of Santa Barbara County. The property in Goleta includes a 57,000 square foot warehouse. Expanded warehouse capacity will increase the amount of available food for normal distributions. It will also provide space to keep food on hand for disaster response. 3 loading docks will make it possible to efficiently load and unload big trucks, minimizing the time that food is in the elements and subject to spoilage. A large volunteer space will accommodate trainings for our nutrition education programs, as well as the sorting and packing of food. In addition to the warehouse, The property also includes a 20,000 square foot office building with space for a nutrition promotion center.
The food bank's primary mission has always been to ensure that there's enough healthy food available to those who need it. But our second mission is to make sure that people want to eat more fresh, healthy produce, and we have to be able to give them the skills to be able to do that. And this thinking informs all of our educational programs, from preschool through to high school. And I'm so excited that this new facility is going to enable us to expand these programs and serve more people in the community.
The food bank's new home is more than a warehouse. It's a share house, a place to share food, share education, and share hope. We need your help to build a share house that will serve our community for decades. Together, we are ending hunger and transforming the health of people all across Santa Barbara County.
Hello and welcome to the Food Bank's Sharehouse Festival. I'm really excited that you have the opportunity to take a peek inside our new warehouse, our new administration center that features our nutrition promotion center. It's been a long time coming for the food bank to try and find a new home, and I'm glad that we finally found an ideal place. This place will enable us to really grow our education programs, to bring in more food and to store more food, and to make sure that in times of disaster, that we have enough food here on the South Coast to make sure that everyone is fed who needs help. It's going to take a lot of work to kit it out inside, and it's going to take a lot of support from the community, but I know that we're going to have an amazing facility that is going to serve the South Coast for decades to come. Let's take a look inside.
This might not look like much now, but this is a future home of our South County volunteer space at the Sharehouse. Annually, the food bank engages over 2,000 volunteers in our activities, and we could not do our work without the over 20,000 hours that they donate of their time and their talent. Here at the Sharehouse, we anticipate a bustling hub of volunteer activity on a daily basis. Our volunteers are going to be helping with our pre-pack operations, so that's packing bags of food that will go out into the community through our senior program called Older Adult Nutrition, through our food literacy programs, and keeping a really great steady stream of emergency food boxes prepared and ready to go for the next major emergency in our community. Additionally, we're going to use this space to welcome groups. We have great corporate sponsors in the community that love to come out and help. And so we're going to have much more space than we do at our current warehouse to welcome groups in, introduce them to our work, and get them excited about giving back to their community. We're also going to use this space to deepen our volunteers' knowledge of our organization and the work that they can do through different training opportunities. We have our Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT, that will be training here and learning how to be prepared to respond to the next emergency in our community, whether it's a pandemic, a fire, a flood, or an earthquake. We also use this space to train our nutrition education volunteers that go out into the community and teach kids about our nutrition education and how to have healthy relationships with food. We're excited to welcome the community into our new space, and we hope you all come out and volunteer and get a taste of it for yourselves.
I started volunteering at Santa Barbara Food Bank because I was unemployed due to the coronavirus pandemic. I felt like I needed to do something. I felt like I wanted a purpose.
It's hard work, but it's really fulfilling as far as I feel like I'm doing something for the good.
I volunteer here at the food bank because instead of staying home and feeling helpless, I wanted to feel helpful. And it makes me feel great at the end of the day to know I have been.
It's important to just do what we're doing until we all ride this thing out. As everybody's saying, we're all in this together.
My favorite is delivering to the seniors, seeing the smile on their face. Makes me feel good.
This is our new loading dock for the Sharehouse here at the food bank. This new loading dock will improve our operations substantially on a daily basis. Currently at our warehouse, we do not have any loading docks, and it takes us an hour with 3 members of our operations team to unload the truck. Coming to the new Sharehouse and our loading docks here, it will take 1 team member 15 minutes to unload the trucks. Will be a huge improvement to our daily operations. Currently, we can only unload 1 truck per day. With our new loading docks, it's gonna help us unload 4 to 5 trucks per day, bringing more food here to our warehouse. The donations that we receive through these trucks that come in on a daily basis will be USDA food, produce from our local farmers and vendors, and also our non-perishable donations that come in. We're really excited to be coming to the new Sharehouse, using these loading docks to improve our daily operations.
This little place is very busy. The ultimate Mary Poppins bag. You open it up and you just keep getting anything you need, it just keeps coming out. My name's Pam Nico. I'm the CEO of San Ynez Valley Community Outreach. Well, according to my granddaughter, when she was asked what I do, she said my grandmother feeds the world. We have a 24-hour, 7 days a week farmers market food pantry. We serve Meals on Wheels. We're pretty much a full service center. I have to take you back 15 years. We had a van and they told me that we were going to a place called the Santa Barbara County Food Bank. The first thing they did was give me big carts and tell me that I had 20 minutes to put everything I needed for a week to serve every meal I made on this cart. And I was just amazed that all of this food was in one place and this one organization could feed so many people. It's survival for people in this community. It makes such a difference. This has been a lifeline. Last year, from January to December, we dispensed 1,900,000 pounds of fresh produce out of this little area to the community around here. Absolutely no one could afford to do it if the food bank wasn't behind them. No one could afford to do that.
Here at the Nutrition Promotion Center, we'll be using it as a training space where we can bring in partner agencies that the food bank already works really closely with, train them on our nutrition messages, and all of the information that we can send out into the community along with the food we already provide. In addition, we want to really deepen our education partnerships here, working with schools, with healthcare organizations, with social service organizations, and really being innovative together to strengthen nutrition security in our community. When we think of nutrition security here, we think of things like cooking skills, gardening skills, our Food is Medicine program where we're really diving deep into the nutrition science so that people can make the best decisions for themselves no matter where they get their food. So this space will really be a place where we can innovate and design those new programs, where we can work closely with partners together to design things that our community really needs for long-term health. We're really looking forward to using this space here to promote our nutrition education programs and much more effectively reach those in our community in greatest need.
I'm a pediatric surgeon. That's an unusual medical specialty. There's not a lot of us in the United States, about 400. But we're really children's advocates. And what I mean by an advocate and how does that relate to the food bank? Because the most vulnerable time in a child's life is the moment they're born, if not before they're born, but certainly the first months, weeks, and years after birth. That period is so critical for the development of the way they think and behave and become functioning members of our society. And without good nutrition, that's not going to happen. And that is a mission of the food bank that is so critical. Addressing children in the most vulnerable points in their lives is to make sure that their initial nutrition is proper, safe, healthy, and in the best interests of their subsequent development. They're involved not in just giving away boxes of food to people in need, but they're involved in teaching people, families, children, what nutrition's all about. So this is unique, it's special, it's one of a kind, it's a resource that we are blessed to have in our community, and it needs to be supported because all of us benefit.
So I am standing in what will soon be our new South County warehouse home. This is roughly a 30,000 square foot space in which we will be retrofitting to install new racking and a new cooler freezer system for the storage of our food. We'll be receiving our food off of our loading dock and into our inbound staging area. From there, those foods will either go into our salvage area and sorting area, or they'll be received into our racking systems, which will be located throughout the perimeter of our facility. Any of our temperature-sensitive food receipts will be brought into our cooler freezer, which will sit generally in the center of this space, roughly about 6,000 square feet in size. At full capacity, it will hold close to 500,000 pounds of food. So once it comes time for us to distribute the food, our agencies will provide us for an order to pick up that food. We'll build those orders in and around the cooler freezer through our racking areas. And at the time of scheduled delivery, the agencies will come to our agency pickup area directly outside of one of our 2 ground level roll-up doors. We will take that food to them. We'll have the capacity to work with up to 10 agencies per day, 50 agencies per week. We'll be able to come and pick up their food and take directly back to their agencies for distribution. In this area off to my left here, which will be just south of our cooler freezer, there will be a large open space. This space will be used for our bulk disaster food storage. We'll have the capacity to store roughly 3/4 to over 1 million pounds of this disaster food inventory in this space. Very excited about being able to move into this warehouse in approximately a year.
I'm Bill Monford. I'm kind of the director of the program, and I've been working with them since 2006.
And I'm Leroy Schaefer, and I've been with the program for about 25 years.
It's called Angel Food, and we service right now, we started out at 17 families, and now we're doing anywhere from 4 to 450 on average every week. We were able to do over 1 million pounds of food last year, and servicing a lot of families, from younger families to older families, and they're always thankful when they get some food. All of our crew is volunteer, so none of us get paid other than the reward of serving the community.
So I'm one of the forklift drivers, and I drive the big truck and go at the food bank twice a week. You know, I asked myself that. Why do I do it? Well, it's something the Lord has laid on my heart to do. And I've thought about quitting several times, and I just can't quit because it's not His time for me to quit.
We don't start our distribution till 7:30 in the morning, but they're lined up in their cars at 5 in the morning, so they must need food. And that's very humbling to know that people will come in with the amount of food that the food bank gives us. We were able to give a real nice box of food. There's such a gratification out of seeing people being able to be helped. We couldn't do what we're doing without the food bank. I mean, it just, that's a given.
I'm a mom. I live in the valley here. I have 4 daughters, and we have been coming here for 6 years. So I am the full-time on-site sub at the high school and the cross-country coach. Always grateful that I can come here and there is food available for times like summer, especially because the income slows down, right? And then especially with COVID, and I was laid off, and it's provided my daughters and I with really good food, a variety of food, healthy food. I mean, I save hundreds of dollars a month. It'd be a very different lifestyle without the food bank. Food is very expensive for a family of 5, so I am really, really grateful.
Well, hello, I'm Mary Ann Shaw, and I'm here to tell you that it is a pleasure indeed to be a partner with the Food Bank of Santa Barbara County. This is one fine organization that does such a great job of fulfilling its mission of transforming lives through good nutrition. Now, what could be better than that? And I have found it a pleasure indeed to work with this group. Now I'm inviting you to do the same.
I think we can all agree that this facility is exactly what we need to be able to achieve our key goals of keeping the community fed and healthy, to build a next generation of food literate children, and to protect everyone in times of a disaster. But we need to finish things off. We've had an amazingly successful campaign thus far, but we need to make that final push to get everyone in the community involved in supporting this key effort. So, we're really asking for your support. This is your food bank for your community.
Here are some ways you can support the Sharehouse as well as the food bank's programs and food distributions. Give to support the food bank's work. Reach out to your friends and colleagues using our peer-to-peer fundraising kit. Subscribe to the Food Bank's newsletters. Follow the Food Bank on social media and share our posts. Volunteer at the Food Bank.
My name is Maria Arroyo, and I live with my spouse, my 3 adopted grandchildren, and my beautiful mother-in-law. I work at the university, and I happen to work in family student housing. Trying to make ends meet has been very challenging, and it's not just because of COVID-19, which kind of increased the stress and the finances, and not alone the gas cost and the food cost. It's gone higher. If the food bank wasn't available, I would really be hurting financially. Since I started the food bank, I have really found to be more creative in my recipes and incorporate a lot of the healthy food that is provided for us. I feel that the food bank has really impacted my whole family. Kids need to have a healthy food put on the table. Their education, their sleep, their mental health makes a lot of difference when you're providing them the right meals. I feel that they support me as the parent, guardian, to help them understand how important it is to maintain a good balanced meal. I find that financially I'm able to afford more clothing, other items that they need for school, and the food part has already been taken care of. It's helped me not worry about not having enough food. I'm really grateful. Muchas gracias.
The food bank is important to me, I think particularly because I value people having enough food to eat, and I realize that there is quite a large population here where people are struggling with the food, and food prices have gone up. But the part of the food bank that I'm so impressed with is that they really do care about healthy eating. They're not just throwing calories at people, but they really care about getting good nutrition. I chose to support the food bank because I believed in the healthy eating, and I really appreciated particularly the creative response to hunger. If there was a fire or another earthquake or something, all of us would need the food bank, And so it's really important that the community understand not only how important the food bank is for those who are struggling, but also for all of us. I really like the way the new campaign that's called Sharehouse, because it's sharing the goodness of the food bank, really, and all their good food and their good teachings and their hope for everyone. And I just am very excited about that. I think that's a wonderful name, Sharehouse.
So what did you think? We believe this facility is going to be a major asset for the south coast of Santa Barbara to build our resiliency, to keep people fed and strong, and to protect everyone in times of disaster. So this new facility will enable us to stop turning away 32,000 pounds of fresh produce every week, which is what we're doing, and to use that produce for families in Santa Barbara County. It will enable us to expand our educational programs so that we build a food literate generation of children in this county. But we can't make this facility fit for purpose without more support from you in the community. Together, we're going to make this an incredible facility for all of Santa Barbara.
Here are some ways you can support the Sharehouse as well as the food bank's programs and food distributions. Give to support the food bank's work. Reach out to your friends and colleagues using our peer-to-peer fundraising kit. Subscribe to the food bank's newsletters. Follow the food bank on social media and share our posts. Volunteer at the food bank.